Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies.
Finally, we got football back, and the Saints starting off the preseason with a crazy preseason game, coming out with a win over the Kansas City Chiefs, 26-24, knocking off the defending Super Bowl champs. Now, we know it's preseason. I'm going to try my best not to overreact with some things I saw out there, good and bad and terrible. It was all over the place. And we'll just jump in. We'll jump right in with some team stats. Saints looked very, very good when the starters were out there. 21 first downs, Kansas City 17. Ran 69 total plays, 360 total yards for the Saints, 239 passing, and 93 rushing yards. But I want to jump right into the individuals. We can start off with Derek Carr. 6 for 8, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 70 yards, 1 drive. Looked absolutely amazing when he was out there, man. Hitting a multitude of receivers. Had an attempt to Chris Olave that they couldn't connect on, but hitting MT. Hitting Juwan Johnson, hitting Kirkwood, just a really, really good opening drive from Derek Carr. Won't go into too much detail right now because I want to go through everybody. James Winston came out there first drive, looked really, really good. Held on to the ball a little too long on some occasions, but went 11 for 13 and a touchdown. Had a really, really good day for him. Jake Haener started off slow, led the team in that fourth quarter late. 10 for 17, 105 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Had his ups and downs. Jamal Williams ran well, 9 carries, 28 yards. Only averaged 3.1 yards a carry, but he did run hard out there. Alvin Kamara, 3 carries, 14 yards. He looked explosive. He looked good. Kendrick Miller, 4 carries, 5 yards. He left with injury, unfortunately. We'll see what that turns out to be. Then the receivers, man. A.T. Perry, 6 catches, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. 6 catches on 6 targets. That's what we like to call 100% right there. 100%. We like that. Brian Edwards, 3 catches, 37 yards. Kawhi Baker, Juwan Johnson had a couple catches. Alvin Kamara, Shaq Davis, MT, Jimmy Graham. A lot of people had catches. I think everybody had a catch basically except Chris Olave. Only had 1 target on that first drive. Then on the defense side of the ball, Connolly, 5 tackles. Orgy, 4 tackles. Zach Barnes, 3 tackles. Guys stepped up. Guys stepped up out there. We did have an interception out there as well. Good coverage by Alontae Taylor on that play. But I want to talk about some things. Woo! Where do I start? Where do I start? Actually, I'll start with Derek Carr, man. The difference a good quarterback makes. No offense to Jameis. No offense to Andy Dalton. Well, no, actually offense to Andy Dalton. You know, but no offense to Jameis. A good quarterback makes your team just so much better. I mean, obvious, I'm not, a rocket science by knowing this. But Derek Carr, command of the offense, just his command of the huddle, everything looks good. He's going through his progressions. It was at least 3 or 4 passes where it wasn't his first read. Any quarterback can make the first read and throw that pass. Any quarterback in the NFL can do that. But to go through your progressions, your second guy, your third guy, your fourth guy, that is what you need from a quarterback. Moved in the pocket well. One thing I did say after I was watching this film with the Raiders was his movement was much better than I thought initially coming out of Derek Carr. He moved in the pocket well. He just looked really, really good, man. I'm super, super excited for him. When we first signed him, didn't know, was on the fence. But, man, I'm sold. I'm sold after 1 drive in the preseason. I am super, super sold. Not going to get my hopes up too crazy because I remember we did this, I believe it was last year, with Jameis Winston, Marquez Callaway. They came out against the Jaguars. I still remember in the preseason, they were looking great. And it didn't turn out that way. It did not turn out that way. But Derek Carr, man, good to see him out there. Wish we'd have got a second drive out of him. But, hey, man, I'm not going to be too greedy for it. I really did like what I saw from him. Jake Haener. Sorry for interrupting this masterpiece, but like this video right now. Also comment down below and join the Discord, follow Twitter. All those links are in the description. Back to the masterpiece. Rave reviews coming out of camp from Jake Haener. Rave reviews, man. Everybody's been hyping him. Everybody's been saying he's playing great. He's doing fantastic. But that's why they play the games. That's why they play the games. I'm not going to kill him or anything for playing bad. It's the preseason. He's a rookie. It's his first game, NFL action. He's going to struggle. But, man, it was bad. It was bad when he first got out there. It was really, really bad. I'm not going to call him the yardage he got late garbage time yardage, but it's a little garbage timey, even though we end up winning the game. But 10 for 17, 105 yards, a touchdown, interception. Not awful, horrendous day, but it did start off bad for him. He did pick it up late. And that's what you like to see. I did like to see Trevor Penny. I think he played the entire first quarter. I did see some good blocks from him out there. Gonna have to go back and watch the game again before I give like a full opinion on the offensive line. watching the game live, you just can't catch everything. You can't catch everything on the first look. But I did like what I see on some of those plays from him. Alvin Kamara looks sharp. Alvin Kamara could be, offensive player of the year candidate if he was suspended those 3 games. He looks sharp. He looks explosive out there. MVP of the game for me, got to be A.T. Perry. Got to be A.T. Perry. Really, really good game from him, man. That receiver battle. You can do a lot of things at practice, to separate yourself. But at the end of the day, that game film will, put you above anybody. A.T. Perry made his case for wide receiver 4 today. He made his case. He drew a line in the sand today, man. Those other guys, Brian Edwards had a good day, 3 catches, 37 yards. But A.T. Perry looked really, really good out there. Liked what I saw from A.T. Perry. Like what I saw from Kawan Baker. Had a couple catches. Had a really, really good play on special teams. He had a good day as well. Shaq Davis had a couple catches late. Really did like what I saw from A.T. Perry, man. He's the MVP of the game for me. 6 catches, 70 yards in that touchdown. Dude was absolutely balling out there. And Michael Thomas, man, good to see Michael Thomas back out there. Had 1 catch, 16 yards, a little deep end route. Good to see him and Carr at least get, 1 connection on the day going. Really, really like that. Jimmy Graham, he got a catch. The crowd went crazy. Welcome back, Jimmy Graham. He looked solid out there. Like I said, I have to watch the game again to kind of catch everything, but he did look solid out there. Even Taysom Hill came down with a catch. And obviously, you're not going to see a Taysom Hill package in the preseason. I saw somebody tweet that. You just won't see that. That's just too complex. You might see it, but you don't really want to put that on film. Give people, an idea of what you're going to run with that package. Now, defensive side of the ball. Before I even talk about the defense, Ty Summers, he's a special teams cap. He's special teams player. I saw him every special teams play. This guy was making a play. He was making a play. That was really, really good job from him on special teams. Defensive line, we looked good against the run. We looked good against the run. Obviously, last year we were terrible against the run. They ended up having 17 carries, 81 yards from Kansas City, but we really did look good against the run early on, especially when those starters was out there. So I'm super, super impressed with that. Like what I saw from up front. I like what I saw from Saunders. I like what I saw from Brian Bresee. He looked really, really good out there. Hey, man, shout out to Peyton Turner. Shout out to Peyton Turner. He looked good out there as well. Had a nice pressure on 3rd down. Came on a little stunt with a little spin move. Really, really like what I saw from Peyton Turner on that play. I have to go back and watch once again. Smoke Monday, that guy was hitting out there. That guy was hitting. Ugo Amandi, he came down with the interception off that good defense by Alontae Taylor. Apparently, he's been going crazy in camp, so that's good for him to make a play out there. Now, I'll talk about the corners a little bit. Alontae Taylor had an up and down day. 1 drive in that slot, he looked very, very bad. He looked like he does not belong at slot corner, but it's something new from him. Slot corner is hard, man. You don't have that boundary as the sideline helping you. Slot corner is a very, very tough position to play, and he struggled. He struggled, gave up a deep ball. I think very next play or 2 plays later, him and Roby had some miscommunications, and they end up giving up a corner off for a touchdown. But the very, very next drive he was out there, he was at outside corner, had good coverage on Justin Ross, got a tip pass, caused a turnover. So, hey, he had an up and down day. Debo had a solid day. Didn't play as much, but he was out there, had a solid day. Marcus May jumped off the screen early. Had some good plays out there. Pete Warner jumped off the screen early as well. Had some good plays out there, man. Gotta watch it again, though. Gotta watch it again. It's way too many guys out there playing to get a full jump, on what everybody did. But I did like what I saw, especially from the starters, man. Especially from the starters. I'll probably do another video tonight after I watch the game again. I'm gonna watch it as soon as I, finish making this video right here. And we could talk about special teams. We could talk. Oh, how could I not? Whoa! Before I talk about special teams, Kyle Phillips. I'm sorry. We got the big man interception late in the game. Don't know what the Chiefs were doing. Obviously, if this was a regular season game, somehow, some way, that would have never happened. There's 50 seconds left. Saints got no timeouts. They throw the ball. Kyle Phillips comes down with an interception. We kick a field goal to win the game. Now, we can talk about special teams. Lynn Bowden looked good on punt return. Had a really, really good punt return. Kirkland also had a good return as well out there. Kendrick Miller also had a kick return out there. The punting, up and down. Up and down. Very, very up and down. Blake Gilligan had a 24-yard out there. But after that, he was solid. But that 24-yarder, ooh, that was stinky. He had 3 punts, 114 yards, only averaged 38 yards a punt, long of 47. That's bad. But Lou Hedley, he couldn't really, jump and do anything. He had 4 punts, 39.5 average, 42 long. So the punting wasn't the greatest out there. those guys will get it together, though. Especially Gilligan. He had a couple good punts after that 24-yarder, but first one of the season. Don't know what happened on it, but a 24-yarder. In the kicking game. This was an interesting battle coming into the season. Everybody said it was going to be a kicking battle. Played Group 8. He got the game-winning field goal, 1-for-1, 31 yards. That's good. Throw him in the pressure. Throw him in the fight. We know what Will Lutz can do. We've seen him make game-winning field goals before. I remember the one against the Texans, like 60 yards. Throw the rookie out there. See what he can do in the pressure situation. He comes down, makes the kick. Will Lutz was also 1-for-1, 36 yards, and he was 2-for-2 on extra points. So special teams did his job, at least in the kicking game. Punting game needed some work. Return game, I did like the return game as well. And I mentioned Ty Summers jumping off the screen, on special teams. So a good start for the Saints, man. I'm going to go watch this game again. Just wanted to give a quick recap on it. Love what I saw. I love what I saw there, and we'll see on second look who jumps out. I'll come with a more detailed, video after I watch this game again. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, this is the Boot Tragedies, and I'm out.